Hello, I'm Bryan Hutcheson, Sheriff of Rockingham County in the city of Harrisonburg, and thank you for joining me for this week's segment of the Rocktown Crime Report on rocktownnow.com. Today's Friday, May the 2nd, and we're going to start off our segment with a question of the week that came in, and then we're going to go out to part three, the third and final installment of our motor unit friendly competition / demo that we got going on. But let's start off with the question we had that came in, and it is this: how do I trespass someone from my property? That's a good question. We're going to start by looking at the law. Here you see in the Code of Virginia, the trespassing section. Some of the key points in here: goes upon or remains upon the land, building, or premises after having been forbidden to do so, either orally or in writing, or having been forbidden to do so by sign or signs posted at places where they may be reasonably seen. So that's the code section there. We're going to look at a specific. So if, say, for instance, a person, and I'm not sure what this person meant with the question, how do I trespass someone? It makes me think specifically. So if there's a specific person, John Smith, that you want to trespass from your property, you can use, here's a form that we use. It's just a simple trespass notice. You identify to whom they're notified not to trespass on the property, very specifically listed. You fill that in there, occupied by yourself, and it's dated specifically the day that it's being served, and they're being notified that they are subject to punishment for violating the law, that law that you just saw. And that can be served in person to that specific person you wish to trespass, or it can be served on them by mail. You can mail it to them, but do it certified mail return receipt, so that there's proof per that code section that they indeed have been forbidden to go on those premises. So that's kind of a specific no trespass. And then for the general, sometimes you see these signs that folks will post on fence posts or on trees or whatever, kind of the general notice, and that goes to the, basically in that code section, signs got to be posted at places where they're going to be seen. So that can apply in the general sense. If you're just looking for nobody to trespass, use those signs. And then if you have a specific individual, use a form and notice similar to the ones that we use. It's a little bit of a complicated subject I'm breaking down and simplifying, but if you have any questions, feel free to call the sheriff's office. We'll be willing to help answer questions or guide you in the right way. Hopefully it doesn't come down to enforcing it, but once it is enforced, and you can see in that code section that we had up for you there, it is a class 1 misdemeanor. So it is an enforceable code section if that's what it comes down to. But thank you for that question. We love to have the questions. If you have any, feel free to send them in to the news at rocktownnow.com, and we'll hope to get to those next time. What we want to get to now is part 3, our third installment, final, see who wins our little friendly competition. We had Lieutenant Fox start us off. We had Corporal Matthew Glover jump in, and today we've got Sergeant Gooden finishing it off. Right now, we've got Corporal Glover in the lead. So let's see what happens when we get out to Elkton. And then also I wanted to mention, usually we do these every other Friday, but we have a fundraiser for crime solvers that we are doing on the 16th of May. So we'll bump it back another week. We'll be back with you Friday, May the 23rd. More time to get questions in if you need to. And while I'm talking about the fundraiser for crime solvers, call Crime Solvers anytime. If you have anything at all you wish to report, 540-574-5050 is that number for Crime Solvers. But let's get out to Elkton and see part 3 and see how the motorcycle demo competition ends up. Thanks for tuning into the Rocktown Crime. We are in Elkton for the third and final segment of our motor demo for RCSO. We got Sergeant Jeffrey Gooden with us today. Hey, sometimes going last is an advantage, sometimes it's a disadvantage. Hey, how you feeling?
Feeling pretty good.
Feeling good, and you just let it out there. You let it hang out. We got the bar set, but be that as it may, we're going to get out there and give it a run and see how she goes, right?
Yes,
we got faith in you. Put the 2 wheels to play. We're going to get this final segment underway right now. that's a wrap. You just saw the third and final installment on our Harley Davidsons by Sergeant Jeffrey Gooden. Little bit, maybe not quite what he hoped for. He had a couple glitches in there. Let's see, he came in at 222. So a little bit higher than what he would have liked to have, but still a very respectable run. How you feeling? Feel good. Little bit of glitch, but I mean, when again you're talking about a 15-second gap between 1 and 3, we're not going to cry too many crocodile tears over that. We're going to feel okay about it. Pretty tight window from all three of them. Good representation on the two wheels. Hopefully you enjoyed the segment, getting out of the office and coming out here in the field a little bit to see the action part of the job and this particular motor unit and what it goes. I hope you enjoyed that. So great job by all three of them. We will proclaim Corporal Matthew Glover to be the winner. Everybody's a winner, but yet maybe he's just a little bit more. But that don't mean we don't love everybody else. So we'll commend everybody. And again, hopefully you enjoyed seeing a little bit of the footage in action of our motor units. Thanks for tuning into this segment of the Rocktown Crime Report. Remember, if you got questions, anything at all, email that into the news at rocktownnow.com. We'll see you next time.